Welcome back, War Dolls. This is Steph.
And this is Cami. This is the War Dolls Podcast.
On today's episode, we're going to be chatting with full-time mini painter and YouTuber Lyla Mev. Lyla, welcome to the War Dolls Podcast.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So glad
Of
you're here.
course, we're so happy that you came back on after being on our Adepticon Roundtable episode. But yeah, we wanted to get you back on for your own private episode.
I had so much fun at the last one that I've been secretly hoping that you guys would invite me back, but I also didn't want to poke you and be like, "Hey, invite me back."
Oh,
So I'm
God.
glad I'm glad waiting panned out.
Please poke us. Anybody, if you
Please.
want to be on the show, we want you on the show.
That makes my job easier.
Oh, well, you should have me on. Oh, damn, look at this. Here we are.
And here we are. So, Lila, I was perusing some of your content earlier today, and I did not realize that you have 129,000 subscribers on YouTube.
That's
That
ridiculous.
is freaking, yeah, that's insane.
It's amazing.
Oh, wait, last time when I kept making jokes about me being famous, you guys, did I just sound like a bitch? Kept saying,
No!
No.
famous.
No, so last time I simply looked at your Instagram. I'm like, okay, it's comparable to a lot of the other content creators that we've already talked to. So I kind of, put you about the same level of famousness as them, right? And then I was like, oh, well, let me go check out her YouTube stuff. And I looked at that number. I'm like, holy shit. That is just so amazing. How long have you been doing this? And tell us how you got started.
I have been miniature painting for, oh my God, 8 years now. It doesn't feel like it's been 8 years, but the math says it's been approximately 8 years. I started miniature painting because I actually wanted to start painting ball jointed dolls, like Monster High dolls and things like that.
Hmm.
And I sucked at it. It was so bad. And but I had bought all of the tiny brushes and all of these paints, and my husband had just convinced me to try this weird thing called Dungeons and Dragons. And I figured that since I already had all the tiny brushes, that maybe I could paint some of those weird plastic or metal figures for our weird Dungeons and Dragons game. And then it ended up that I actually just was immediately really good at it and thought, I can do this. And then I got my first commission by some guy posting on the local game shop Facebook page saying, "Hey, can somebody do a commission?" And I just happened to see it within minutes of him posting it. And I got the job, and it ended up being for Kingdom Death models, which at the time were extremely popular. So I posted my Kingdom Death paintings on Reddit and Facebook and things like that. And then I actually started getting popular, and people wanted stuff painted by Lyla Mev, and it just took off from there.
As
So
they
in other
should.
words, you were just good at painting from the get-go.
I was good at painting from the get-go, and it's a good thing because if I wasn't, I wouldn't have stuck with it.
So you're not one of those that toughs it out and climbs the mountain. You just started soaring.
Well, I need to have some amount of skill. I wasn't winning any awards the first model I
Well,
painted,
yeah.
but I could see that I could progress with it. My
Hmm.
background is in art. I was a professional photographer. I specialize in lighting. When I was a college professor, lighting was my favorite class to teach. And so lighting is like 75% of miniature painting.
Mm-hmm.
So I came in already knowing about lighting and zenithal highlighting and highlights and shadows and all of that sort of stuff. And also things like object source lighting. The first model I painted had armor and was holding a flaming skull. And so I painted the miniature with metallic paint, painted the flaming skull orange, and then was like, oh, but realistically, there would be orange reflecting off this armor. So clearly, I need to paint the reflection on. Got done painting the reflection and then went, this metallic paint sucks. There's got to be a better way to do this. And then immediately had to go learn non-metallic metal.
That's awesome. So you are in a constant state of learning, or have you decided that this is where you live? Are there other painters you get inspiration from?
Oh God. Oh yes, definitely. Craft World Studio, their grasp of color is just amazing. I love studying their miniatures to look at what sort of shadow colors are they using? How are they harmonizing their color scheme across the miniature? Natalia Orox does the most amazing glitter effect that I haven't figured out. Kaha does these really cool swirling patterns that I think I've got nailed down. But no, I'm always learning, and I purposely push the envelope of everything I do. I don't like to stay in my comfort zone. If I've already done it once, then clearly the next thing is to just go do the next thing that I've never done before and master that next. So
That
I am always learning.
that's admirable to say the least. I feel like
Yeah.
I plateaued a long time ago. I still try new stuff once in a while, but I also paint armies, so I have to have a certain level of consistency. But
Right.
yeah.
Well, I paint display quality.
Mm-hmm.
I only paint display quality, so I have the time to futz around on a single miniature. I've painted my Golden Demon piece that I entered at Adepticon this past year. I had stripped and repainted her 5 times, and I think that's the record of the most times that I've stripped something and then did actually complete it. There are other things that I have stripped more than 5 times that are still sitting in my pile of shame, but 5 is the record of times I've stripped and then actually
And then I
finished
finished it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's respectable for sure. Uh, so yeah, a lot of times I'll strip something and it'll just, like you said, go back in the pile. So
I often strip because I'm such a perfectionist. So there'll be something like, oh, a hair got caught in the paint and now it dried, and so now I need to strip the whole thing. And so I think that that's also part of what I love about miniature painting and why I'm not a full-time photographer anymore. Because I would mess up on a photo shoot and I would cry and wonder why I even bothered. Why does anyone hire me? Why did I think that I could do this? And with a miniature, when I strip it, 9 times out of 10, I'm like, oh, well, guess I'll paint it better the next time.
yeah, yeah, you can't strip a photo.
No, you can't. And I was a Photoshop expert. Another reason why I was so good at miniature painting is because I was basically doing digital painting on the photos I was taking anyway.
That's
And
true.
so, in some ways, miniature painting is more freeing, but also limiting because there's only so much you can fuck up. It's already sculpted for you.
Hmm.
But and so that makes it easier to paint, but then you don't have the endless possibilities like you do in photography.
Right.
Very true. So, what are some tips that you can give our listeners who want to grow their brand or their following?
Sure. Well, I can tell you what worked for me 7 years ago.
Hmm.
Um, I do not know if these tips will work, but I'll tell you what I know. I started painting. Honestly, I got big on Reddit, posting the miniatures I was painting on Reddit. And people would ask me if I had a Patreon or did YouTube or anything like that. And I decided that I kind of like this mini painting thing, and I'm a really good teacher, and I should start posting this on YouTube. To anyone who's looking to growing their following, I do not recommend YouTube. YouTube is awful. Don't do YouTube. Um, and I say that as someone who does YouTube full time. Don't do YouTube. I far prefer Instagram. I think that there is a larger growth opportunity on Instagram. Specifically, I think on Instagram Reels. I think that if for whatever reason, if you wanted to get a bigger following, doing not necessarily tutorials, but like paint alongs on Instagram is probably a great way to get growing. My current part time day job is as a marketing director. I do marketing. I am the marketing director for two companies. One is for miniatures, the other is paint. And so Instagram Reels and leaning in on what people can learn from you. So there's, if you really want to get into it, there is the customer journey and marketing funnel and all that fun stuff. If you really want to make this your job, look up the customer's journey or buying journey and then go research that and then try to make that work for miniature painting. But yes, long story, buyer's journey, short story, Instagram Reels.
Got it.
Um,
So,
but otherwise, but otherwise, I mean, making a good community is a good way to do it. I don't know anything about Twitch, so maybe Twitch is good. I have no idea. But making a community, reaching out to other content creators, like, please reach out to me. If you have questions, I have people message me all the time asking what cameras I'm using, what settings I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. Reach out to other content creators and at probably 75% of the time they're going to love to hear from you, and if they don't reply, that's probably just because they're busy and they don't mean anything by it. But reach out to other content creators, miniature painters, sculptors, leave comments on other people's Instagram posts and such, and grow organically by building a community.
sounds good. Solid advice. So, are there any big projects that you have that you're working on right now?
So right now I'm working on my Dragonfall competition piece. It is the Bather from, I believe that it was Junebug Miniatures who designed it, or at least that was her Instagram handle. It is a gorgeous 75 millimeter sculpt of this rather voluptuous woman bathing naked in a stream. It looks like she just got done fighting in a Viking battlefield. And so I am painting that to look like it's got twilight on the front side of her. She's backlit by sunset, and I'm going to make there be blood and stuff that she's rinsing off in the creek, and I'm hoping that's going to get me an axe because at Dragonfall, the painting competition, you win an axe, and I am damn determined to bring that axe home. I've been asked to judge, and I've said no, not until I win.
Fair. That is
Yeah,
absolutely fair.
and that sounds amazing. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's a really fun piece. It's speaking of learning all the time. Have I ever painted anything like this? Have I ever painted water? No. Have I ever painted someone being backlit by sunset? Also no. Um, and I'm here like, this sounds like a good competition piece. This will be fine.
You're brave.
Going to break
Yep.
that growing to break that strip record, I see.
I mean, she's gone okay so far. I have until October, so I hope I don't have to strip it too many times.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I think she's going okay. It's fine. It's definitely fine. Otherwise, I have a Kickstarter in October with Witch Song miniatures.
Okay.
Um,
What?
yeah, so 3 years ago, I partnered with Witch Song and we did Persephone, Breaker of Gates, and that was Persephone riding an undead unicorn. And the idea was Persephone is a liminal goddess, so she's the goddess of like in between. And so the idea
Hmm.
was her breaking gates, as in gatekeeping. So it's Persephone on an undead unicorn with a huge tower shield that looks like a gate.
Cool.
I think that model is still, that whole set should still be available through Witch Song, STL file from them if anyone is interested. This Kickstarter is based on Lilith, Mother of Demons. You might notice a theme in the kind of models that I like to design. Um, but yes, it's in some folklore, Lilith was the first wife of Adam, and she refused to be subservient to him because supposedly they were both made from the same dirt or the same mud. And so Lilith said that she was equal to Adam and wouldn't be subservient to him. So God threw Lilith out of the Garden of Eden, and she became the first demon. So that's my Kickstarter.
That's great. I love it.
So yeah, very excited for that. That should be happening in October. I don't have a final date. Check my YouTube channel, check my Instagram. I will definitely post and make a video about it when we get closer.
So, what kind of things do you use to help motivate you to get your hobby on?
I have a miniature painting playlist that is my go-to of when I really need to get work done. Um, it's a It is a crazy, wild list. Just recently, I added K-pop Demon Hunter songs to it. Um,
Yes.
Before that, it was heavy metal version of Disney villain songs.
What?
All right.
I need to find this.
I'm going to have to go check that out after we're done. You're welcome to provide
Send us.
links.
I was just gonna say, send us links.
But it's just my epic get in the mood, get hyped. Usually I'm miniature painting and then when I'm dipping my paintbrush in the water, I like fling it out of the water cup like I'm conducting to the beat of the music and then go back to painting. So yeah, that's usually how I get inspired. Um, if I'm trying to get inspired for a specific piece, I usually make like a Pinterest board or Milanote board or whatever collection software, and I collect images that I like that I find inspiring. Like for my Dragonfall piece, the working title is Valhalla because in my mind she has fallen in battle and is now in Valhalla, and that's why the sun's setting, she's wiping blood off, she has been slain in battle. But since I've never painted any color schemes like this or skin tones, what does a skin tone look like at twilight? What does skin tone look like at sunset? And so I spent realistically too much time finding reference photos and laying everything out and just trying to find images that would inspire what direction I wanted to take it in. I find that the more excited I am about a piece, the more likely I am to work on it. So I spend a quite a bit of time hyping myself up by finding images that really excite me or inspire me or make me feel an emotion. So then when I get stuck, I can just go back and look at my mood board and hopefully be able to fall back in love with whatever I'm working on.
That's so great. I love that so much. I'm almost the complete opposite where like I have to have an image of exactly what I want to paint because I don't have the art background like you do. So I can't imagine what something's going to look like. Like I have to have that reference photo in front of me that says this is what you need to paint it like, make it look like this. So I'm almost I really want to try that. I want to go out to Pinterest now and just try finding different reference photos on, how to paint the face versus how I want the clothes to look. Um, that's such a good idea. I never even thought of that.
I love looking at reference photos. In traditional art, reference photos are something that is standard practice. Like you wouldn't expect someone painting or illustrating to not use references, but for whatever
Mm-hmm.
reason, it's just not really a thing in miniature painting. And it should be. If you don't know how to paint something, it probably already exists or there's a tutorial on how to do it and you need to just
Mm-hmm.
go look it up. Like even stupid things like right now I'm painting this chibi miniature with this bright yellow jacket. And
Mm-hmm.
it occurred to me that I didn't know how dark the shadows should be, so I just typed into Google bright yellow jacket and then looked at those photos to
Yeah.
see how dark do these shadows go. Do they go down to pure black? How does yellow look in different colors of lighting? And does yellow reflect things differently than maybe blue does or something like that? But so all of these things are real and available if you go look.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So, since this is now your full time job, how do you balance work and all the other aspects of your life?
Well, the short answer is I don't. Um,
Do any of us really?
I basically have three jobs that all could be full time. I do YouTube, and then I do the marketing director for two different companies, and then I just bought a Victorian fixer-upper that could also be a full-time job. And then I'm trying to paint for a competition that could also be a full-time job. And so the honest answer is that I don't, and it's something I'm working on. I recently told one of the companies that I've been working with that, guys, I cannot do this. I need to we need to put some like hard limits on what I'm expected to do because this just is not working. And so it's definitely hard to be able to balance everything. Um, really, I'm a workaholic, which is also part of the problem. I'm very lucky. I love all the things that I do, and I want to do all the things I do. And so the way that I keep in balance is my husband helps me. He's tells me of Lila. I haven't seen you in a while. We should work on that. And then I'm like, oh my fucking god, you're right. I haven't seen you in like 4 days. And our house, like I said, is old and Victorian, and I usually sleep on the couch because it's cooler in the living room than it is in the bedroom. So it's like I will literally go days without seeing my husband because I just go from the couch to my office, never seeing him. So I lean on him a lot to make sure that I actually have some sort of work-life balance.
Now you talked about going to Dragonfall Con um, earlier in this episode. When is that con again?
Let me double check the dates. Dragonfall is October 345.
October. So you've only got what, like 2.5 months until then?
Yep, it's fine.
Yeah. So, I know in the past you have taught classes at that convention. Are you teaching any this year?
Well, of course, I Love teaching. I absolutely love teaching. I am teaching. What am I teaching this year? Hold on. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what I'm teaching this year. I don't want to accidentally tell you guys the wrong thing. My classes are painting in full color, which is all about how to use different colors of for highlights and shadows. That's one of my specialties is doing sort of like a color shift where my shadows will start out like purple, my midtones will be red, and then my highlights will be yellow. And that's something that is very signature to me. Then I'm also doing the art of speed paint, moving beyond slap chop. Slap chop has become so ubiquitous, but there are so many other faster ways to paint. I, for one, love using stippling as a way to paint because it's a type of mark making technique that's really rough. But if you're able to use your colors and volumes appropriately, you can paint something way cooler in maybe not as fast as slap chop, but faster than what you could normally do. My third class is painting faces and eyes because I love painting faces. I find painting faces very meditative, which I know that most people do not. And my biggest tip for painting faces is don't forget the eyebrows because people always forget eyebrows.
I had a roommate that forgot her eyebrows pretty often. So, Lila, we have some rapid fire questions.
Oh boy.
Just whatever comes into your head, let's have it.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. What's your favorite model that you've ever painted?
I'm sorry, that was too easy. Probably The Black Mother by Carol Rudick. It is a zombie woman holding a porcelain mask. She's got a cat on her shoulder. She's got a flower crown. And I had so much fun doing the different types of colors. I took a lot of time studying undead flesh and what rates skin decays at and things like that in order to get a more realistic zombie skin tone for this model.
Awesome. Favorite convention?
Oh, Adepticon. Easy peasy. The best people are at Adepticon.
Yeah, they are. Teaching or learning?
I do like learning, but I get a special high when I'm teaching because I love the moment of realization that other people have. I love watching their eyes light up when something finally clicks for them. So that's my favorite thing.
Metal or plastic minis?
I don't care. Makes no difference to me.
Ooh.
Favorite line of paints?
Ultra Krill. Love Ultra Krill. It is so smooth. I wish that. So Ultra Krill is the first Kickstarter that I ever backed. Because I loved the paint so much, they sent me a trial, and I went, "Oh my God, I now need to learn Kickstarter so that I can back this company and get paint." And boy, do I wish I would have bought more paint. Now I have to wait and hope that they release single bottles once they're done fulfilling the Kickstarter. I just got mine 2 months ago or something like that, so it's still rather recent. And yeah, I really wish I would have bought more of it.
Paintbrush or airbrush?
Both. You can't paint without both. Well, I mean, okay, you can only use a paintbrush if that's what you have available. But as somebody who likes to paint to display quality and is so minute and particular about having really nice blends, gotta have both.
True. Do you have any pets?
Oh my God, of course I have pets. I have Mochi and Cardamom. They're both the sweetest, naughtiest little kittens. Mochi is a complete fucking asshole demon who cries about absolutely everything. And when he wants to be held, he will be held. You cannot say no to him. He will claw up you until he's in your arms.
Oh, goodness.
he has to be that cute though to make up for all of the chaos he causes. And then Cardamom is a sweet little marmalade who never does anything wrong. Is a sweet angel, is a little prince. If you look at him wrong, he cries. So I have two very precious pouncing baby boys.
Oh.
What convention is your dream convention that you have not gone to yet?
I've always wanted to go to Nova, although I heard that Nova was not great last year, but I actually hate traveling. So Adepticon is within driving distance, so that's the only reason I go to Adepticon. Oh, and Dragonfall is even closer than Adepticon for me. So basically I only go to conventions that I can drive to because I don't like traveling.
Fair. Coffee or tea?
Oh, easy coffee. Tea is just grass water steeped for a really long time. I will I will admit though that I like my coffee to taste like candy and rainbows. So when I say I prefer coffee, it's really just because I like all the ways you can doctor your coffee, which is in some ways taboo to doctor so much for tea. So it's not specifically that I like coffee, but I like everything that you can add to coffee.
So you like sugary milk?
Hey,
I do like sugary milk.
do not shame her for her sugary milk
I
because
am not shaming at all.
that's
I do not feel shamed because you are absolutely correct.
that's how I drink it. So what
Gotta
is
have a little bit of coffee with the creamer.
exactly?
Yeah.
What is your favorite holiday?
Oh, Halloween,
Yeah,
hands down.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that's
As a photographer, I used to love Halloween, the clearance section after Halloween, because I would buy so many props and, fake weapons and things like that. And so Halloween was always my favorite for that. And now that I've bought a house, I'm really looking forward to Halloween because I can't wait for the Halloween decor to come out so I can decorate
Yes.
my Victorian house.
excellent,
Oh,
excellent.
that's gonna be so much fun.
I expect pictures.
Yes.
Well, there's a highlight reel of my house on my Instagram because my house is odd. So you can go watch you can go watch that and get an idea of what my house looks like.
Well, I want to see it
Perfect.
decorated.
Ah, yes, yes. I'm still working on it.
Okay,
We just built a sliding barn door and it right now it doesn't really look like anything, but the plan is to paint it to look like the wall and add in the molding too, so it's a secret door.
that's
Ooh.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We need
So
pictures of that too when it's done.
yes, please, please. So Lila, do you have any questions for us?
Oh, what is your guys' favorite minis that you've painted?
Oh gosh.
Um, I'm gonna
Turning the
have to go.
tables.
Wow.
Yeah.
The turns have tabled. Yeah.
So so I've only been painting for a little over a year and a half. So I'm still very new. But I would have to say it's got to be my um the character is called Man Thing from Marvel Crisis
Yes.
Protocol. I won bronze with him at Origins last month.
That's so fantastic.
Congrats!
Thank you. That was my first award at a major painting competition ever. So I'm super proud of him.
I think mine was a Ratham elf girl I painted back in the 90s. I was just it was a simple paint job and comparatively to what I do now, not very impressive, but I was just so happy with how her hair came out, how her skin tone looked, like just so happy with all of it that it was one of my favorite minis for a long time. I mean, I still use her in when I run D&D or something like that. She will come out every once in a while. So, and she actually had two poses and one was like a combat pose, one was a casual pose. I never painted the combat pose, and when I went to create my Farseer, no, not my Farseer, my Autark for my Eldar army, I chopped her head off and put it on that model. So that head was my Autark head.
I will say that I do cheat sometimes and cannibalize my Sisters of Battle heads so that I can just, for a video or something, I only have to paint the body and then I just have a few heads that I've painted really well and I blue poster tack them onto whatever model I'm recording.
Oh, the secrets come out.
And another well-known Lyla Mev secret is that I only paint the front of the model for videos.
Do you really?
Yes.
What?
Lila,
Yeah,
this
if
is
you ever
scandalous.
if you ever see a video and the model's on a turntable and it's going and then suddenly spins around really fast and you don't really see the back, it's because I didn't paint it.
Well, now there's a drinking game for Lyla Mev.
I don't have time to paint the back. So people are always like, wow, you must sell the minis you paint for YouTube and make a bunch of money. And I'm like, no, I can't sell these.
They're only half done. Lyla Mev giving away all her secrets.
Not that it's a well-known secret. But so now, whenever you're painting for something for D&D or for the table, just only pose it on the table so that people only see the front, and then you never have to paint the back.
There you go. There you go.
But then you're staring at the back of it unpainted.
I mean, face your demons, I guess.
Okay, so we know you're on Instagram and we know you're on YouTube. Tell us about your Patreon and where else listeners can find you.
Yeah, so on my Patreon, you get access to behind the scenes content, special tutorials. My patrons decided that they really like me doing what I call my On the Desk series, which means that they're more relaxed and I'm more painting as I'm going. On YouTube, I usually record the whole thing and then do a voiceover. But in my On the Desk Patreon videos, I talk through what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. I talk about all the places that I've messed up. For example, on one model that I'm painting right now, I painted things in the wrong order, and so I ended up having to go back over and repaint this big section that I had already painted. And so instead of cutting that out of the video, it's just, well, here's a learning opportunity not to do what I just did. And then I explain how I messed it up and how I can fix it. So it's a lot more, in some ways, it's more educational than what happens on YouTube. But I also like to think that people enjoy the realism of those types of painting videos. When I make big mistakes, I keep them in my YouTube videos as well, but there's something about people seeing that even someone as skilled as I am continuously makes stupid mistakes, makes people feel better and feel like it's okay that they're still learning, because if Lyla Mev can fuck it up, then it's okay if I fuck it up too.
That's really good.
What?
I like that kind of behind the scenes thing.
Yeah, it's like, what? Lila's human too?
Yes, exactly.
Well, Lyla, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Like I said, I was so excited when you guys asked me back. It made my week. I have been looking forward to this.
Of course.
Yay.
Of course. We're so glad to have you. And I wish I'd known if we would have come and got you a lot sooner. So
It's okay. Like I said, I was patient. It all worked out.
oh, you're so
And
sweet.
and who knows, this might not be the last time.
Who know? Yeah, we are really enjoying the roundtables that we've done so far, and
Hmm.
we will definitely be hitting people up for that again. So I'm sure you get hit up for more roundtables. You were so much fun the last time you were on.
Thank you. I like to think I'm good at this whole speaking thing.
You're excellent at it.
Oh, perfect.
I guess you would need to be being a that's your profession now.
Yes,
Unlike
it is. It
us,
is.
we are consummate professionals. We never fuck up.
Congrats. I don't know what that's like.
So, everybody, the War Dolls is a community of geeky gamer girls, or just geeky girls in general, that are here to support and inspire one another. You can find us online at thewardolls.com, Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky at The War Dolls, and on Discord, and the links to all of these can be found on our Instagram.
And if you're interested in checking out the community, you can join us over on our Discord where you can chat and hang out with us every Thursday night at 7 o'clock Eastern during our voice chat hobby hang.
And as always, if you have any questions for our guests or topics that you want us to discuss, you can message us on Facebook or Instagram or send us an email directly at thewardolls@gmail.com.
Until next time, Wardall's out.
Hair flip